Happy Sunday, everybody. It'd be a better Sunday if Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl again, but I guess he's got to give this shot to other people. You know, it's not fair for him to take the Super Bowl every single year. Um, he says he retired, but I hope he really didn't. Seems like he did. So yeah, this week we got a huge week again coming up. Just big week after big week. A lot of big names are coming up on some huge levels, like their 200-day moving averages and their 50-week moving averages. So there's just a lot going on. We got the QQQ under its 50-week moving average and below the 200-day moving average. Bears are in full control right now. And under that 358 level is just any upside is just an opportunity to go short. So if we do head up on Monday, we got to see how we react at that 358 level. If we rip through it, we can retest this 200-day moving average. And if we go below this 342.65 level, that's when we can tank lower and potentially test that 334 level. And then the 325 level. If Bears come out in full throttle this week, we can definitely drop to that 325 level, like no problem. So yeah, we got the 370 level above for upside, and then 342 for downside. And then I guess in reality, between this like 340 and 366 level, we're kind of just in this consolidation area. Even if we head down to 340, we could easily just bounce there and then head back up to the 358 and just kind of consolidate in this area. That's one possible outcome. We could also just head straight down to that 325. We could come back up to the 200-day. Anything can happen, and you got to know that. But at this point right now, the Bears are in control, and a move down to 325 this week or next week would not surprise me, especially if we can't retake that 200-day. So major resistance above is the 200-day. Major support below is between let's say 339 and 343. The SPY just broke its 200-day moving average again on pretty significant volume. Not looking too good for SPY. If we look at the weekly levels, under 440-ish, we can see 433.75. And under that 433 level is when, we can easily see this 422 level. We might find some support in this demand area, but I kind of doubt it. Between like 427 and 431, we could find some support, but I kind of doubt it. I think if we break this 433 level, that we were just going to head down and test at least 427 and then 422. So, 433 is a huge level. The 50-day moving average above for SPY is a huge level. There's a chance that we continue to, move back and forth, bouncing off the 200-day and bouncing off the 50-day SMA. But, under the 200-day, Bears are in control. Over the 50 SMA, and Bulls are taking back control. So that's what we're watching for. The SPY has the 50-week moving average right below at 437. So, under that 433 level, we'll be below the 200-day moving average. We'll be below the 50-week moving average. And we can very, very easily flush down to that recent low here. So, to the downside, we have a lot of extremely important supports that if we lose them, we can head quite a lot lower. On Friday, the PC All closed pretty high relative to like how it normally closes. So that could be a sign of a short-term bottom, meaning we could head higher. But even if we do bounce and the PC All comes down a bit, we could just head right back lower after that. So You know, this is something definitely to keep an eye on. See when we get to like 1.1, 1.2. You know, that should be a turning point. However, in the past, the PC all has gone up quite a lot, all the way up to, you know, like 1.3, 1.6, 1.6 back. That was back in 2020. So, you know, the potential is there for the PC all to really go very high if the market gets taken over by bears. Same with VIX. It's, you know, it's getting really high here, but it spent quite a bit of time between that 29 and 37 level. You know, not a ton of time, but it's been there over the past 2 years. It's been up there. So, you know, if we're gonna go back to like a really huge drop like in 2020, you know, we're gonna see VIX rally to 50 and maybe pull back down to 40 before going right back up to 80. So, you know, this is another thing to watch is the VIX. It looks like over 30 or 31 is where, you know, the VIX can break out higher, retest that 37 level and take the market down. When the VIX gets over 41, that's when we have a lot of trouble here. And, you know, it can see 50 and basically all bets are off over 45. Meaning, you know, bears are full throttle and the market's in panic at those levels. But just going back to the QQQ on the weekly, you can see that the bears are obviously in charge here. On the DMI here, you see that the red's over the green, meaning that there is more bearish momentum than bullish. And, you know, we're below the 50 week, we're below the 9 EMA, we're below the 21 SMA on the weekly, and you know, the only support that's right below is this level here. So if we break under that level on QQQ, then tech can definitely head quite a bit lower.